What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Real Talk NFT podcast, where we talk all things Web3 and, of course, NFTs. Today on the show, we have a special guest here, Carmelo Milian here. We actually met in Miami not too long ago, and we talked on a panel about real estate in the metaverse, and you being one of the biggest metaverses, I think, out there with a lot of activations, a lot of users, and a very unique use case also. So Carmelo, before we get started, how about you tell us a little bit of your background, how you got inspired to build PolkaCity?
Oh, sure. No, so my background, I was born in June 18. I waited. No, I'm kidding.
It counts.
How many pounds? I don't know. I don't even know that information. So anyway, I've been in the tech industry for most more time than many people in the cryptocurrency industry. I started working as an operations consultant for Microsoft. I was with Microsoft for 12 years. Almost 13 years. And then after that, I started working on my own, doing, consulting and all that. And I started getting involved in cryptocurrency. So the idea of PolkaCity came up because, I have a 11-year-old. Back then he was 9. And he was always asking me for money for Robux, right? And I want to get this in Robux. I want to get that. And at first you go like, yeah, here you go. But then you were like, is that ever coming back? And I asked him, can you sell? Why don't you sell on something else, one of the things you have that you're not using, and buy more? He said, you can't do that. And I said, so I thought you should. So I started thinking about worlds and a kind of like a metaverse, even before Facebook made it fashionable, calling it Meta. And I started thinking about that virtual place without using the metaverse language, because it wasn't out there in terms of what we were doing, so that you can resell the things you buy, right? You get tired of something or you don't need it anymore, you sell it back, or it grows in value and you sell it back. So that's how I started with the idea of building PolkaCity. This metaverse where there's cars and motorcycles and boats, planes, and everything is owned by its citizens, but they can actually sell it back, right? There's a second market, and then NFTs came into my head. Why don't we make these NFTs? Utility. NFT started as a photo, drawings, art, and then suddenly it was more than that. Music and objects and whatever. So I said, so why not make them 3D objects inside a game? And so that's how we evolved to what it is today. And to make it bigger and do a more marketing and attract people, we set up a reserve of a whole bunch of our token Polk, and we made it APY for people buying certain NFTs. So they will buy an NFT, they will invest X amount of money, and they're actually getting it back in a year because of that. And plus they can use it in the game and they can resell it and do all those things. And so that's how it came up to be.
Yeah, when I first heard of PolkaCity, it was in the early stages of the NFT boom.
Yes.
And the first thing that my friend actually told me that he bought a camera in PolkaCity because he's a photographer in real life, and he's thinking maybe one day he could be a photographer inside the metaverse and potentially make money. And when I went on the website, the first thing I saw was, they had a nice car and helicopter. It reminds me of, I'm not a big gamer, but it reminded me of Grand Theft Auto in a way. I'm not sure if you're a gamer. Did you draw inspiration from that? Or are you trying to be the next Roblox?
I wanted to make something not kind of, I'm not into those pixelated games, and I cannot get into that. And I always wanted quality, and I was always impressed by Grand Theft Auto. the how fluid it is, the way the characters move and all that. I love it. So we try to get inspired on that to bring it to PolkaCity. And but you mentioned the camera, right? And it's going to be incredible because people who own the camera will be able to actually take video and photos inside the game from a different angle. Let's say you are there with your buddy and you actually want a video of you hanging out in the metaverse. That photographer who owns the camera can take the video, record you having your experience like a third view that nobody else has that view, and he can record you, and then you can buy the video from him.
Yeah, I could be a reporter and sell my interview with you within as an exclusive.
You can do all exactly. That's the kind of dynamic we're doing with the NFTs. We make it usable and valuable.
Where does the name PolkaCity come from? Is it tied in with Polkadot ecosystem at all in any way?
Well, when we first came out with this idea, me and my buddy Fatih, we were thinking about making PolkaCity inside Polkadot, right? And we said, let's call it PolkaCity because that's where we're heading. Let's do it. And we did it. We're running PolkaCity's up. It's having success. So let's go to Polkadot. And then they gave us all these hoops and places to jump through and all this thing. I was like, if we get into this right now, it's going to delay all our progress and everything that we want to accomplish. So we decided to leave it, put it on the side for the future when it's easier and and it's not going to take most of our time. And we actually went to Ethereum, Binance. Now we have our own chain, and maybe in the future we can do Polkadot if it's viable. But right now it's not a priority.
Yeah, I saw recently on just when I was looking through PolkaCity that you launched your own chain.
Yes, and
tell us about that. It's an L1. Is it a fork or is it something that solves a major problem? I know that gas is a major problem, right? So is that something that's going to be multi-chain use for the metaverse, or just one of the chains that you utilize, or you're going to go completely on there?
No. So basically, the fees made us at Binance chain because Ethereum people will buy an NFT, and there was a point where an NFT transfer or to buy it will be like hundreds of dollars.
I remember buying an NFT for 100 and costing and transferring it was 200.
Exactly. It's like, so forget about that. So then we went to the Binance chain and we noticed the Binance chain, although a lot less, is the same model as Ethereum. So eventually it can happen again. The same problems that Ethereum is having, Binance could have in the future. And because it's gas-based and you pay more gas, you get priority and that kind of things that work for normal transactions. But when you're doing a game or exchange or all these places that they're high traffic, high transaction intensive, it can be managed. So we're doing games in the metaverse. We're going to do a horse betting race right now. People are going to add their horses and they're going to be doing a lot of activities, and imagine betting on a horse and having to pay gas just to lose the bet, or having your own horse in a race. You want to inscribe because if you buy the horse NFT, for example, you can add it to a race for free. You don't have to, just find a race, run your horse, and if your horse wins, you earn too. So imagine adding your horse and having to pay gas. You're not going to go crazy adding horses. And we want people to raise their horses. We want people to be active all the time. And the way to do this is without gas. So that's what MetaChain came out. We built MetaChain, which is a enterprise level Ethereum based, and it's a consensus mining instead of like GPU and all that. And And what it's doing is we made a model where if you launch your token over there right now, you're running your token and it's normal. You have some low fee gas, kind of like Binance and all that. But if you stake, we made it so that if you stake Metal in your contract, it's zero gas. So you're going to be able to offer your game, your token, your transactions for free all over MetaChain because you're staking Metal. And so we did that model and we were using it. So, but I told my customer, MetaChain is just another chain you can use in PolkaCity, and other projects are coming. So if you are in PolkaCity and you're like selling NFTs, buying and doing transactions and all that, and you're tired of that gas fee, just join MetaChain. We have bridges for tokens and NFTs. You can just transfer them there, use it, play, do whatever. Hey, I want my token back in Ethereum. I want it back in Basic. Just bridge it back, no problem. So that's what we did. I mean, so MetaChain is the best alternative to running the Metaverse, in my opinion.
I see. I have a few questions here, but let's start with the easy one first. Horse racing was one of the first things that I've seen on the NFT boom of 2021, also with Zed Run and a few others coming on board.
Yes.
How do you prioritize what project you're going to come up with next? Because really, you can do anything and everything.
Yes.
Is it what is working in the industry? Is it what the community is asking? Like, how do you determine? Because really, you could do really anything.
Yes, that's a great question. So first, I'm giving priority of enabling those NFTs that we already sold. For example, in the horse racing track, we're going to have billboards for advertisement. We're going to have taxis. We're going to have a plane going by with a banner. And all those are NFTs that people own already. And they're going to earn inside the game. So that plane that goes with a banner and advertisement, those NFT holders of those planes are the ones who are earning all the profits from the advertisement. So my priority is to get those NFTs in the game. And if and we have so many things that are coming in, we're having the racetrack. We're having actually kind of like NASCAR racetrack coming in kind of style. We have drone fights that we're going to have, drone battles. We're going to have also paintball arena. And we're going to have shooting range, and we have all these things that are coming in. But the priority, and we already wrote it in the roadmap, our priority is to put them as the ones that are getting the more NFTs active inside the game. We want people to start using them and making money inside the games.
Yeah. And is there one that you're seeing that's more popular than the other right now? That after how long have you been out now? It's been close to a year, or maybe even more, right?
A little bit over a year right now. A year and a half, I would say. Yeah, more than a year, like a year and a half. So I think people love they love the disco, the city, and you know, because I mean, this is crazy. When we launched PolkaCity, we have the metaverse, but we didn't really have any games yet, any gamings. So we have people going there, and we were doing races by foot with their avatars. Okay. You know, getting creative, and people were getting there and they were having fun, and you know, and driving cars. And I cannot walk in PolkaCity without having some people trying to run me over with their cars. It's so funny, you know. I have to be like running and evading everybody's, and it's all fun and games, right? So it's cool. But so they love that. But I think the horse racing track, for example, now is going to be very popular. People are waiting also for the racetrack to drive the cars. We did some treasure hunts with drones and fighting before as a beta. That was pretty popular. We have to bring it back and in production. And so, but people like getting there and talking to each other. They like the social aspect. The games are going to be what's going to keep them coming back. But the experience of like, hey, here is this guy. Oh, how you doing? And it's really good. Also, the disco. We set up the disco so that you can have private events, and we can easily decorate the disco with your logos and your colors. And then we have an NFT ticket so that only people that own your NFT can walk inside the club, and you can have your private events there with your screens, and you can do presentations and all that. So we have all that set up. Soon we're gonna allow you to DJ in the disco from your home with a virtual DJ console.
Wow.
And you're going to be able to
Interesting.
put your own music in the club, and all that. So I mean, there's a lot of work. There's a lot of work we need to do.
There a lot of work, and definitely a lot of fun for people who have certain skill sets that they can utilize and mirror inside the metaverse.
Yes.
So the big question is, I think everyone's trying to crack this code, especially right now in 2023. We're in an interesting market, world economy. Like, how do you getting more people on board and enjoying the world that you created?
Well, one of the best things about it is partnerships. I believe that we bring partners into PolkaCity, they bring their communities. And that's what we're going to be hitting very heavy now with MetaChain and PolkaCity. And once we launch these games, there's a big influencer that she is... we're going to build her inside PolkaCity, her own kind of like a little island side to it. And she's going to market that island, and she's going to sell NFTs there too, and do all that thing. I mean, we believe that PolkaCity should be the hub of the metaverse, where all different metaverses will connect, and you can go here and you can see what's available and move from one place to another. And we don't, I mean, we're not looking for, hey, so you come to PolkaCity, you cannot use your token or your current. We don't care about that. We want the more the merrier. You bring your project, you help the economy. Like right now, there's Ethereum, there's POLC, there's Bitcoin. There's so many cryptocurrencies, and we can all operate, right? We can all move, and we we trade, and we do it. So PolkaCity needs to be that place also. We're not gonna create a little silo, a little island, and separate ourselves from everybody else. We want everybody to join.
Yeah. Question about the in-game token. It seems that you have play-to-earn mechanics there, and it's driven by POLC, right? Am I saying it correctly? I'm sorry if I'm saying it correctly.
Yeah, correct.
You earn POLC or the POLC token to make it easy within the game. And for someone who resides in the States, I see that it's traded more internationally. Is there plans to move into the States or different exchanges? Where's like the safest place that a participant can go and get some POLC and earn POLC and play the game?
Yeah, I mean, right now we don't have frontiers inside the game. You can be from anywhere and join and do whatever. We have Uniswap and PancakeSwap. If you need to do trading without being in one of the big name exchanges, we're in KuCoin, Gate.io, Bitfinex, and we're everywhere right now. That's another thing. Man, managing exchanges is crazy. I wish we don't need managing exchanges is tough. So in terms of in the United States, we're looking into that too. I'm looking to because we register in Seychelles, and we register in El Salvador. And I'm looking also right now to be registered here in the United States also. But, we have to make sure that legally we have all, we do it correctly. So we're looking to register in the United States. And for example, online gambling is illegal in many places, but it's not illegal in the United States. It's illegal in certain states of the United States. There's other states where it's legal. So we're going to be available in those states where online gambling is legal.
Sure.
And those that are not, we're just going to block their IP addresses so that they don't get in trouble and we don't get in trouble, because the problem is not just PolkaCity. It's we don't want to get people in trouble because they were gambling where they were not supposed to.
Right. Yeah, I can imagine KYC is an issue too. Maybe you have a 16-year-old that's bypassing.
Exactly.
In the States,
and that's another thing. Yeah. Exactly. Because right now, KYC for worldwide, non-existent. But now when we go to that level, there's going to have to be certain KYC, especially in certain countries. So it's going to be a step. I mean, I know people are very excited about the horse racing and all this, but and we're ready. We just finalizing those details, make sure everything legal is correct.
Yeah, absolutely. Gaming is definitely something that you will attract a young, I would think, maybe not anymore, the younger crowd, because everyone plays games now and everyone has YouTube channels about them playing games. What I'm more personally interested in is a city that you mentioned. So you mentioned El Salvador, and I read somewhere that, and also when we spoke also in Miami, that two things. One, I read that there's a Bitcoin mining available somehow, some way of PolkaCity. And also two, I know we talked about real estate being purchased in not only in the metaverse, but having that reflected in the real world also in El Salvador. So can you speak about those two things?
Yes. Well, first of all, the mining. We set up, Polk is a token and it cannot be mined. It's a token, right? So we did a mining farm inside the metaverse, and it's mining Polk, and people were, how are you going to mine Polk? He said, hey, because we actually getting that NFTs sales, we buying miners, and we mining Bitcoin right now, and we sell that Bitcoin, buy Polk, buy pressure into Polk, and distributing into the NFT holders in the mining farm of those virtual miners. So we're doing that. We started doing it with Compass mining, and I mean, I'm not completely happy, and I'm not afraid to say it right here. We waited a long time to start mining. We finally started mining, and then we went down, and I'm waiting to go back up again. And it's, and I'm not afraid to say it because it's the truth, right? And the truth is the truth. So I'm a little bit disappointed in that area right now, but I still have faith that they're gonna pull through and do good by us and do good by PolkaCity citizens. On the houses, we're planning in Bitcoin City. We're planning to develop some land with some kind of like these bungalows, and those bungalows are going to be sold as NFTs. And when you buy that NFT, you actually can go to El Salvador and you have your place. You have your little bungalow and it's yours. And we're also selling, for example, in that little complex ice cream shop and coffee shop, and those are NFTs also. We're going to have people working there, whatever, but the profits, they belong to the ice cream NFT, part of NFT holders, the coffee shop holders. So we actually, basically, we're using ownership. You know what? You do a title of a property or a title of a business and all that. We're using El Salvador as a case study for it and a proof of concept, right? And then we can start going somewhere else. We're looking at maybe next Mexico and Puerto Rico and different things like that, so that we can do that metaverse community replicating an actual place.
Yeah, that would be the ultimate game for someone like myself, because I don't play a lot of Grand Theft Auto, but if I could have actual ownership in the actual physical real estate and get some wins back there.
You get on a plane and you go like, holy cow, it's just like my one in PolkaCity.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's very, very interesting. But on your point on hot dog stands and jobs in there, I see that you signed a contract with Hive Job Agency.
Yes.
Tell us about that. Like, are they doing things in the real world already? Like, I don't know much about them.
Yeah. So yes, Hive is an implementation. I know the guys from Hive for a long time, and they have a great influence in the industry, and doing this, which is probably new now is something new from them. I mean, new comparing to the time that they've been in the industry. So what we're doing is, since the metaverse is going to have a lot of businesses from the real world, like let's think about a bank. We have a partnership with Equify, which is a bank, right? And they're going to have a subsidiary inside PolkaCity and all that, with ATMs, debit cards, and all this. And If somebody's in the metaverse and they go to their bank and there's nobody there, they're losing business in the metaverse. So we might have kind of like people avatar who actually got a job through Hive to work for Equify, and they get paid just to hang out in the metaverse and talk to people about the Equify products and services. So that's the kind of dynamic we want people to be able to get a job from their desk working for any company that has a presence in the metaverse. So they are basically, I think, the first metaverse employment agency.
Yeah, that's very interesting. We've seen kind of this play out in a different way with Axie Infinity, where they hired people from the Philippines to play the game, but all they did was just keep fighting and fighting. So this is actually a different job where you have interaction
Yes, no,
with a bank or like a hair salon or something.
A profession.
Yeah.
Somebody can have like a how you call it, a psychology business, an office, and treat people that are having issues and problems. Sit down in an office and talk to somebody, help them. All those things are possible in the metaverse. Instead of like right now we're with a camera, we're talking like here. So if we're in the metaverse, it'll be our avatars sitting in a place with a whole bunch of avatars around us looking at us.
Yeah. Well, Carmelo, I don't know how you keep your head on, because it seems like you're trying to, help the Web3 community push a lot of things forward. You must be super busy. But the question is, especially in this time in the economy, like how's it being? How are people taking it? Are they liking it? Are more users coming on? What's going on with
people are liking it. People are liking it. We committed. We have a commitment to our community that we're pushing through, and we're not going to let the down market kill us, right? So we keep pushing, we keep working, and if I have to keep working without a penny, I will keep doing it. And I know my developers feel the same way. They're doing this and they're excited. And when you like it, it's not work. So we don't feel like we're working. We don't feel like we're working. We're doing what we want. We're doing what we like. We have many people that have to realize their dreams with PolkaCity. I got people send me pictures of their home that they're building in the Philippines with NFTs earnings that they did last year.
Wow.
And that kind of thing. So, those things motivate us. This just because, we're in the reds right now, things are not looking, there's kind of like a little light at the end of the tunnel. We keep pushing through, and we won't let us derail us. And the community knows this. They're there. They're active in our communities in this positive. They know things are coming, and they're working with us to make these things happen.
Yeah, it definitely seems like you guys are putting in the work, because I was surprised when I was on a panel with you, honestly, because a lot of gaming, a lot of metaverses, companies that came out early 2021, they're no longer there. They're no longer developing, and you were still there a year later after my friend bought his camera in PolkaCity and still promoting and working. So I was surprised to see, your diligence and, the community really taking on. So what's on store for 2023? You have so much going on already. Is there anything else that you want to surprise us with? You already have a lot.
In 2023, so we're launching, we launched MetaChain. And MetaSwap is coming out also this quarter with PolkaCity Horse Racetrack, and then we're gonna be adding more games into the main PolkaCity. Kind of like there's gonna be a lot of micro games, a lot of things to do. Kind of like you go there and rock, paper, scissors, and kind of all these crazy little things inside the social media side. Then we're going to start adding the horses, the car racetrack, the drone arena, fighting. We also, actually, I'm going to tell you one that nobody knows so that you have it. You're the first one. All right. So,
Okay.
have you ever watched these robot wars in TV?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
these things come with fire and
Yes.
hammer and all that.
Yes. I've seen
So,
it. Yeah.
we have stadiums in PolkaCity, and we need to monetize them, and people
Mm.
own them. So we decided that we're going to use those stadiums, and they're going to have inside robot arenas, and we're going to allow
Okay.
people to build their own robots and fight in the arena.
Yeah.
So that's going to be
Okay.
coming out this year. That's going to be in the works. So you're going to be able to buy your basic robot and modify it, add fire and a hammer or
Mm.
whatever, and we're going to make it as close we can to that TV show, so that people can come there. If they put an inscription in POLC, I put $50 to compete in this tournament, and for example, and then the tournament lasts for a month, people fighting,
Mm.
and at the end, the winner earns whatever prize we have set up for that tournament, kind of thing. So that's going to be another thing that we're going to be doing in the metaverse, and also we're going to be trying to add VR as much as we can. Um,
Yeah.
the VR aspect is more going to be kind of like a spectator. So if you are
Mm-hmm.
watching those fighting, and you put on your headset, you can be sitting on the stands and look around, kind of
Yeah.
thing. So
Yeah.
we're gonna start like that, and so that we can integrate VR.
Yeah. Awesome. Two last questions before we let you go here. There was definitely a lot to chew through today. We see that a lot of users are in the real world, that the issue was onboarding, just people that are not familiar with cryptocurrency in general.
Mm-hmm.
Is there plans to kind of integrate that to make it easier on ramp for people to access PolkaCity?
Okay, that's a great question and very important. One of the aspects of having a zero fees chain is that you can actually go to PolkaCity and join the game, and do and actually play the game without having any cryptocurrency. Because when
Mm.
you go there, you actually join in the blockchain, registering to the blockchain, and do you know that all you have to do is click wallet connect and
Mm-hmm.
connect, and then you can just connect to the game and get NFTs and do whatever without even owning cryptocurrency. You get
Mm.
cryptocurrency when you want to buy, because right now we have a big problem with that. It's like, okay, so I want to do this. Oh, my mother tells me I want to buy POLC. Okay, so how do you do it? You can buy POLC easy. You can go to this exchange, or just go to Uniswap, which is very easy, right? Or PancakeSwap. Oh, I do it. I got Meta. I got I got I got I got my MetaMask installed right here, and I can buy. I said, oh, cause you need gas. You don't have gas, and that's another thing. And by the time you tell people you need gas, which means you have to buy this thing where at an exchange and send it to your MetaMask, that's where people go like, forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. It's too complex. I'm not gonna. It can be a rocket scientist, and at that point, when he comes here and goes like, man, I'm gonna have to. I know how to do an exchange. I can do that, but I don't want to go through all that to get
Mm-hmm. Right.
into a game. So having that chain with zero fees allows people to, oh, here's the game. I open the page. I connect by just connecting the wallet that the browser connects, and I don't have to worry about having cryptocurrency. When I want to buy an NFT or I want to do that other things, that's when you're actually interested, and you go
Mm.
through
Yeah.
that, adding
Yeah.
money and doing all that. I mean,
Or maybe you could earn it for free somehow, right? And don't even
exactly.
need to
Oh no,
transfer in. Yeah.
exactly. Or you can earn it inside the game by doing something in
By running you over.
is by running me over 5 points.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Got it.
that's a good
Well,
one.
this is the most important question. Is your son in PolkaCity playing as he's getting older now? No longer Roblox. We need to take him off Roblox, and he's active.
Not yet. He's only 11. I think he's 11, and no, he's seen it because I've been developing here with, and he sees what I'm doing, and he has great ideas and tells me things, and he's awesome with that. But I haven't gone through installing because I don't want him to deal with MetaMask and nothing cryptocurrency yet. Maybe when he's 16 years old, then I'll get him into that. Right now, he's having fun with Roblox and doing actually developing games for Roblox and doing Minecraft and more the kind of things. A gorilla game that he runs with his, I don't know what that he does with the VR and all these things. And he's learning Unity to code, doing video editing, music editing, all these things. He's very busy.
At 11, I don't know what I was doing at 11, but definitely was not coding with Unity.
No, man, at 11, I was still eating paint out of the walls.
Wow, what a different generation.
Then,
of course, he's going to have your experience to learn from also. Well, it's been amazing. I mean, after seeing everything that's come out and still coming out that's down the road on the roadmap, it's a lot. It's exciting. So
it's a lot.
We would love to have you back a little bit later to see how everything develops and
definitely.
all the results that come from PolkaCity. So appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for jumping on here. It was great meeting you in person. I'm sure I'm going to see you around some conferences again and to hear all the exciting updates about PolkaCity and Meta One Chain.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks for having me. And it's always good to see you again, man.